This episode of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast is brought to you by our good friends at Shoal Creek Saloon, where you can have a true Louisiana culinary experience while you get a hint of Old Austin as well. Be sure to tell our buddies there, Ray and Brian, that you are a listener or viewer of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast. Politics and the college football playoff. How much can you actually persuade the college football playoff committee? Well, we're going to go back to a moment in 2004, which may have influenced a decision to allow Texas to play in a BCS bowl game. Let's talk about it.
I'm always trying to count on you guys to politic for us. You guys follow us and know our stats and know about our red zone defense and third down defense and know that, we beat a top 25 team with a backup quarterback and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Steve Sarkisian, he's not wrong. I mean, the media, the media which covers a team is really has a lot of power as far as influence, educating the nation, or especially these days because of the digital platforms and social media platforms. My days in the media, the social media and the .com, the websites were heavy as far as the platforms the last 13 years. So right now he's not wrong. But asking the media, I don't think he was formally asking the media to do the politicking, campaigning for a spot in the college football playoff. I don't think Coach Sark was doing that. He was joking, a little bit of sarcasm right there. But that's what's going to happen, I think, for Texas to get into the college football playoff. And I know we really shouldn't worry about it. Fans shouldn't worry about that because it's out of your control. Everyone has their opinion. And by the way, click subscribe to the Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast YouTube page and like all of our social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and of course, Twitter/X. So as far as the college football playoff scenario, as Texas enters this Big 12 championship game tomorrow morning, it's pretty simple. All Texas can do is control what they can. And I know it's frustrating as a fan to not think, what if? Just win. Just beat Oklahoma State. And quite honestly, beat Oklahoma State soundly. Style points do matter in this situation, in this scenario, so to speak. You really got to look at every aspect. And Friday night actually is a big game. The Pac-12 championship between Washington and Oregon. The thing that Texas fans do not want, in my opinion, is for Oregon to win that game. Because Texas is sitting at 7 right now. Alabama, whom Texas has a head-to-head win over in Alabama, at Alabama by double digits that they beat them by. They do have them. That went on their resume, and they're number 8. Well, right now, it's Ohio State is right in front of Texas. They dropped all the way from 2 to right above Texas. Well, Texas fans really need to, in my opinion, pull for Washington in tonight's Pac-12 championship game, because if Oregon wins, that, in my opinion, is not good for Texas, regardless of how badly they beat Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State is, I believe, number 18 in the CFP. That will carry some weight. But you really need – I really feel like Texas and Alabama are a package deal. Because if Alabama beats Georgia and Washington does beat Oregon, the only thing – because you've got to have, in my opinion, Georgia may be out. But if you go off of the CFP history, There's a chance that they would take Georgia and Alabama, but I think they're only going to take one because look how far Ohio State fell, okay, after they lost to Michigan. So Michigan would elevate themselves if they beat Iowa to number one. But if Alabama wins, and let's say Texas wins by 10, it's going to be a package deal, in my opinion. And either way, you know, Steve Sarkisian needs to politic, just like Mack Brown did in 2004 after they finished that season and finished it off with the win over Texas A&M. He was on the field after the game, politicking for his team, saying why they belong in the BCS. I don't know if that had any influence, but it surely didn't hurt because Texas got in over Cal, who Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback. Cal was really good that year, really good. And Texas got the nod over Cal in the Rose Bowl to play Michigan, to which Texas did end up beating Michigan and really put Vince Young on the map because the following year, the BCS national title game was at the Rose Bowl again. And Vince had the same, if not better, performance and won the national championship. But Steve Sarkisian is going to have to pull a Mack Brown just as he did. And to his point, to his credit, he knows that's part of his responsibility for his players and as the head coach.
Way that, you know, we want what's best for our players. And if I need to advocate for our team and politic for our team to try to get us into the playoff, I'm going to do that because that's my job as their coach.
Right. Absolutely. It is. But Sark's going about it the right way. Local media, people like myself and all of this significant amount of podcasts, all the content pushing and advocating, so to speak, the reasons why Texas deserves an opportunity. But this is a unique year. And I think that's part of the problem that a lot of people, I think it's because it's frustration. There's scenarios for everybody. Bottom line, there's so many undefeated and one-loss teams right now that are all deserving. If first and last opportunities for Texas in conference, like the final Southwest Conference, Texas won the final Southwest Conference championship in 95. I remember witnessing that game at Kyle Field, ending that long home win streak to win that final Southwest Conference championship. The very next year, a really good Texas team who struggled in the middle portion of the year, or rather early, like third, fourth, fifth, sixth game, they rallied back and finished strong, winning the Big 12 South, and then upset Nebraska in the first Big 12 championship game in St. Louis in 1996. Will they win their final Big 12 championship as they won the final SWC championship in 95? And just for statistical purposes, this is really tough to read. It's hard to believe, but it's true. This will be the last time Texas plays Oklahoma State for the unforeseeable future. OU's going with Texas, of course, to the SEC. The past 10 games against both of the Oklahoma schools, Texas identical 3-7 records against the Sooners and Cowboys. 7 losses in the last 10 meetings against both of those teams, those programs. For a Texas fan, that's got to be hard to swallow. I'm looking at that. I'm shocked. But right now, Texas can have scoreboard against Oklahoma State, a championship, and Oklahoma, who had rebounded from 5 wins to 10, they have scoreboard on Texas, but Texas can still win and achieve a lot of their goals with a win over Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Hey, enjoy your weekend. And I'll be in Arlington. I hope I see you there. Come say hi to us and be sure to like and follow everything Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast related. And we'll pick this back up Sunday for an episode with Stevie Lee, the pass rush. And hopefully it's talking about a Big 12 championship for the Longhorns. And always remember, it's always best to talk about it.